Hi, welcome to the Ambient iPad. Let's take a look at the 2021 iPad Pro. Let's get it out of the box here. This will be no different than the thousands of other videos that show the new iPad. The only difference is that we're going to look at it from a music perspective. Here we go. Here's the box. Let's open this up. This is the 12.9, 5th generation, just the Wi-Fi edition. And we're also going to compare it to the 2018 iPad Pro 11-inch. So, again, there's nothing fancy here. We'll just get the top off. Let's put that over there. Got the iPad here. Again, no different than lots of other people out there doing unboxing videos. All right, so we've got the iPad here, big square metal thing with some glass on the front. Let's turn this on. Let's see what we've got. So having used the 11-inch all the time, I can already tell the big size. Honestly, doesn't feel a lot heavier to me. Here we go. We got the Apple logo. Hello. All right, swipe to open. English. United States. Quick start. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we'll take a little break here. I'm going to get this set up. Pretty much the same way I have the 11-inch set up, and then we'll run through some music apps and we'll just do some comparison between the two to see what the 2021 gives you over the 2018. Let's start by looking at the screen. On the left, I've got a 2018 iPad Pro 11-inch, 1 terabyte of storage, and on the right is the new 2021 iPad Pro, the 12.9-inch, also with a terabyte of storage. So right off the bat, and I've noticed this already, that there's a slight, the color temperature of the newer iPad is slightly warmer than previous ones. So for some white things, there's a bit of a yellow haze. You can see that. Maybe on the right, definitely the one on the left, the whites are a little more brighter, I guess is a good way of putting it. Now, I have not done any scientific comparisons to see, but it does seem like Apple on a bunch of their displays, and certainly the latest iPhones, is going for a little bit of a warmer color temperature. I think the important thing to point out, right, is any comparisons we're doing here is going to highlight differences between the two. If you're just using one or the other, a lot of this stuff really isn't going to make much difference. Now, where I do see a difference, and is the way it's being advertised a lot, is in the HDR capabilities of videos and pictures. So if I just throw a couple examples up here, hopefully we can see. So let's just look at these. Whoops. Again, not really sure this is going to translate to the video, but the difference I do see here, and it's subtle. Again, if they both look great, and if I did not have the iPad on the right, the 11-inch would look fine. The only difference I'm seeing is that the kind of far ends of the color spectrum are more pronounced. I mean the shadows and the highlights. So the blacks are a little deeper in these photos, and the highlights are just a little brighter and a little vibrant. Now again, if I didn't have the newer iPad, I really wouldn't notice the difference. Let's throw up a video here and see that difference. And it's the same thing. On the one on the left, the flowers are a little more redder. It's just a little more true to life on and a little more vibrant on the 12.9-inch with the new screen technology. The one thing that I have noticed, though, is the sound. The sound for the 12.9 is a lot richer and a lot deeper than what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing on the 11-inch. So, well, that's the wrong app. Let's go in here. So we'll quickly compare a song. Now we're going out of the speakers with these two, so I'm hoping that we can hear a difference. I'll just use my own music so we're not getting pinged by... Let's get this one going. So we'll start with the one on the 11-inch here. Let me jack this up. I mean, the 11-inch was always lacking a little with the bass anyways. All right, that's that. Let's crank this one too. So clearly the 12.9, I mean, the speakers are bigger, there's more speaker grills, so it's louder, it's much more richer in sound. Let's turn that off. Probably, you know, I actually use the speakers on the iPad a lot. I even use them when I'm editing videos, when I'm editing music. Yes, I go back and use headphones and use more better quality monitors, sound monitors to make sure everything is sounds good. But certainly from a first pass, the speakers on the iPad have been adequate for me on the 11-inch, and they just sound so much better on the 12.9-inch. So that for me is a huge difference. I do use the speakers a lot. I listen to music while I'm working on the iPad. So that's actually a real big pro for me. You can kind of see the slight difference here too on the color temperature. On the right, on the 12.9, it's just a little warmer, a little yellowish, not too bad. And again, it's only when you're comparing it to one that has a cooler color temperature like we have on the 11.9. Okay. So we've got the screen, we've got the sound. Let's look at some music apps now. The big difference for me, I went for the 12.9 because I wanted more screen real estate. I decided this probably in 2019. When I first got the 11-inch, I was using it mainly as a consumption device, surfing the net, watching videos, looking at photos and that kind of stuff too. But once I got it, I kind of transitioned away from a computer. So I use a computer maybe 5% of the time. I use the iPad a lot. And then in the last couple of years, I've gotten more into sound editing using applications on the iPad, as well as video editing and photo editing. So more on the creative side, less so on the consumption side. And I still use it predominantly for my job. 95% of the time I'm using the iPad. So I had already decided a while ago I wanted the bigger screen. So let's look at speed. Obviously they're touting the new one is using the M1 chip. That's the new Apple chip in all their computers. And I really haven't seen a big difference in my day-to-day usage yet. But I haven't done any video rendering or complex editing to really see if there's a difference. So they're about the same. Again, you can notice on every single screen here, maybe that the color temperature is just a little warmer. So let's open up existing. See, I'm not hitting these at the same time. Whoops, and that's not giving the results I want to, which is there a difference in speed between these? I'm going to say no. The one thing I'm noticing here is that the screen's, it's about the same. I'm not going to split hairs. Okay, I queued those both up exactly. They're playing the exact same thing. Let me turn this off so we can hear the difference in sound. All right. Again, louder, richer, deeper sound. Not sure for most folks if that's enough of a reason to upgrade or replace the current iPad you have, because certainly so far, unless if you have a 12.9, a 2018 or 2020, I'm just not seeing the compelling reason at this point. For me, it makes sense going to the bigger screen size, but again, not because of the quality of the screen, not necessarily even because of the M1 chip at this point. But again, I am not taxing this. So, you know what, let's go into, I use apeMatrix a lot. That's what I use for my music. So let's try this again. Didn't have to do that. Let's go into a different preset here. Let's wheel back 40. All right. All right, so on this one, they both open about the same time. CPU usage is actually lower on the 11-inch. We're looking at, well, now it's 27%. Oh, this one's 13%. I spoke too soon. They seem to be pretty close, but this piece actually, there's a bit of a difference. Well, that just shot up to 23. Let's put them on, and that's a more accurate representation when they're actually running. So we're at 24%, a CPU 25, 26. This one's going from 19 to 20. They're about the same. Although that's good. They're jumping around all over the place. Let's call it even. All right, let's stop with that. Oh, we're not even playing on the right one, the left one. It's my mistake. Let's see if that makes a difference. No, I'm calling it a draw, at least for apeMatrix. And again, this is not the most complex matrix in the world. Let's open up another one. I do not use AUM right now. I do have it, but I don't use it. So apeMatrix is mainly what I use. So my apologies if you're looking for, let's go even further in the past. If you're looking for AUM feedback, that I cannot give you. All right, again, very similar CPU usage. Let's turn these on. All right. Close enough. I'm still calling it a draw as far as the CPU usage goes. So we've compared GarageBand a little. We've compared apeMatrix. Let's actually just go into some synths. One thing I've already noticed, and I will say Moog is already aware of this. They've already announced that there will be an update for this. It's all screwed. The interface, the rendering is all screwed up. Let me close that up because on the 11-inch, that's not an issue. You can see the Moog there. Let's see the Model 15. You know what? Let's see. Okay, so again, maybe a split second quicker on this side. Again, not rendering exactly. You can tell on the keyboard here. Let's open one more app. Let's try the Mellotron. By the way, we're actually recording this on a Mellotron, but we're not plugged in. I will actually we'll see how direct audio in goes. Again, not a lot of difference between the opening or even the screen. You're not really getting any additional benefit from the quote-unquote improved screen on the 12.9 over the earlier generations in everyday use, whether it's the websites, whether it's apps. I'm not really seeing it. And if anything, again, what I'm seeing is a slightly warmer yellowish tint. Well, for now, I comparison-wise, I'm kind of done. So let's close this one up. Actually, this will be a good test because the Mellotron does not have a USB output. Let's move this more center-wise. Gentle with that so we don't scratch anything. Let's open up apeMatrix. And I'll choose, I think I have a Mellotron matrix here. Let me turn a couple of things on. Hopefully, if there's any pops, I'll get them out. All right, so we've got the Mellotron on, we've got everything set up for audio so you can hear this does work. No issues there. Just a quick look at the new 2021 iPad Pro from a musician's perspective. When I compare it with my 2018 iPad Pro, I'm not seeing huge differences in performance or the screen quality. Certainly when they're side by side, you can see some differences in pictures, videos, and movies. The shadows are deeper, the highlights are brighter, there's more contrast, but that's only when they're side by side and comparing them. Everyday apps that I use, the music apps, surfing the net, YouTube, I'm not seeing huge differences in performance or in the screen quality at this point. For me, some of the benefits are the improved sound, much louder, deeper, richer, and the larger screen real estate. But both of those points I don't think are because of the new iPad being a 2021, but because I've moved from the 11-inch to the 12.9-inch. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. Thanks for watching and good luck with your iPad.